Hi guys, welcome to the channel. If you are new here, I'm so happy to have you. If you're my recent subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the 2024 presidential election. I haven't exactly done any readings on the channel, particularly because I had a multitude of different things happen. Like I got surgery, brain surgery specifically to be able to get a cochlear implant. I got new hearing aids. I ended up breaking my foot recently. And I also got puppies, so I am swamped in many areas of my life. But I am back to YouTube. I'm trying my best to try to be able to make as many videos as I possibly can. The dogs do make it very difficult, especially the puppy, because when you're not with them, they're always barking. And where the two puppies are, they are right next to where I normally do my character reading, which is why I am somewhat different today. And they probably will be until they stop barking when I'm doing the reading. And I want to make sure that you guys are able to hear exactly what I have to say and what the cards have to say. So without further ado, this video is being recorded on March 22nd, 2024 at 12:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's some quick disclaimers on your screen right now. Feel free to read them on your own time. Just keep in mind this video is just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. Now, I did notice in the past couple of videos that my audio had not been exactly great. So if that's the case and if you experience audio issues, please let me know as soon as possible so I can try to get it fixed as fast as I can, because making sure that you guys have the best experience here on YouTube is really important. So anyway, let's begin. Is it going to be a blind reading? I have not really been following too much into politics, nor have I read on the candidates. So I'm going to be able to experience the reading that you guys are getting, and I'm really excited to see what I'm getting. Again, this is just a blind reading. This is not my personal opinion. This is not anything I take from the polls. This is just what I'm getting in the cards. The last time we read on Robert F. Kennedy, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump, we all had them winning, and since then, I was trying to understand why that was possible, and there was a couple other scenarios that I could talk through in this video, but let's just first read it, then I'll go over those scenarios if it comes up. So Spirit Angels tell me, give me kind of like a roundabout, like give me a general basic understanding, like what do we need to expect come this November? The first card that comes up here is going to be the Judgment card. And so what we should expect coming this general election for the 2024 presidential election is judgment. So a lot of voters are going to be making their vote based on how they feel politicians in the country work for them, or whether or not they don't work for them. And so that is one of the big cornerstones here. It's also going to be judgment on the character. It's going to be judgment on their policy. It's going to be judgment on multitude of different areas of a public figure's life. So that goes for Robert F. Kennedy, that goes to Joe Biden, that goes to Donald Trump, and a whole bunch of other candidates, even no Labor Party. This is what that judgment is. It's really based on understanding what it seemed to me. It seemed to me like a lot of Americans at this point in time at the polls, where they're asking themselves what kind of future that they envision for the country, and whether or not that is what they want. And that's what that judgment card is indicating here. Now, let's get more information. So, Spirit Angel, can you tell me a little bit more about this judgment card, or in general, like how does this tie into this 2024 presidential election? Okay, so this is my election card. This is democracy. This is a fair and free election. It is reversed. And I'm not saying it's not going to be a fair and free election. What it is saying that there's going to be a lot of avenues where it prevents you from being able to vote. There's going to be a lot of things and hurdles that a lot of people are going to have to jump through in order to vote. And some of those people are going to be like, you know what, forget this. Why am I bothering voting? What that card is specifically indicating to me that a lot of people are going to be struggling trying to even remotely vote. And that also may hurt both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. So in this way, it's going to affect the Republicans more because their base seems to be leaning more into the Latino population. I do end up seeing over the course of the next 20 years, the Democratic Party become more majority one race, was basically will probably end up being white. And then the Republican Party will become very diverse. And so their bill that they put in now will hurt them at the polls in the future elections to come, because they thought that they were doing their best interest when they were going against their own interests. And that is what this card is indicating to me, is it's not a fair and free election, because the people who put those bills in power into law are going to end up getting hurt because of the same bill that they put into effect. Now, it is being crossed here with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 of swords. And it's being crossed by the 9 of swords. The 9 of swords basically means betrayal. Or, well, that's not sure. I'm not exactly sure what the card means. Because, like I said, I don't really read tarot cards. I kind of read based on the intuition energy that I get. So, what the card is showing to me, it is showing to me betrayal. It's also showing me sadness and backstabbing. And when I say backstabbing, it kind of answers what I already said previously about them stabbing themselves in the back by putting forth certain policies that go against their own party interests in the hope that it goes for their interest, which doesn't seem to be the case. Now, Spirits and Angels tell me, do we need to know anything else about the 2024 presidential election? Okay, so we have the Page of Swords reverse, which is normally my newcomer, someone who's young, who is going to take it all, who's going to be, the victor here. This is my Robert F. Kennedy card, right? This has always been my young leader. He's the youngest of the three. This is the card that represents him. He is not going to win. So Robert F. Kennedy is out. Now, as for Donald Trump, though, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8 of Cups reversed. Now, normally in 2020, this card was upright, which indicates that Donald Trump would leave in office or was going to be removed from office. In this case, he is no longer the incumbent, so he cannot be removed from office. He is running for office. But as of right now, I don't see Donald Trump out of the race. I still see him in the race compared to what I said previously a couple of, I think even a year ago, I even said that I see Donald Trump leaving right after the Republican convention. However, it does not appear to be the case. It seems like the fate and energies have changed and shifted in favor of Donald Trump. We do have the Hermit card, darkness instead of lightness, light at the end of the tunnel. As of right now, what it is saying is unpredictability, that Donald Trump's future and so Robert F. Kennedy are tied together. Their future is unpredictable. Is what is not fun, because when it comes to the 2024 election, you want to know who is going to win. And in this case, it is telling me that both of them, their futures are respectively it almost feels to me like their future is tied karmically together. And so I would not be surprised, because this came up together, I would not be surprised if Donald Trump is considering Robert F. Kennedy as his potential vice president. I'm not saying he's going to pick him, but it's possible that he's on that short list to become the next vice president with Donald Trump. And so that would be a unity ticket that would totally disembowel the the No Label Party. And it will take a lot of support from that. And it will also take a lot of disenfranchised voters that normally would vote for Robert F. Kennedy on a regular ticket from Biden. Would also drive home the notion as well that Donald Trump and Robert F. Kennedy are basically the same people. They're from two different parties. So technically, if you really think about it, he's not going to be gaining any Democratic voters from that. He might just gain independent voters who are anti-vax. And so that also might only help Donald Trump, but that's not going to really take any support from Biden. So if anything, the best case scenario for Biden will be to have Robert F. Kennedy as Donald Trump's running mate. And so that would be interesting to see how that plays out. But again, like I said, both of the futures are unpredictable at this time, which seems to be like what I started in the previous reading, that it is unpredictable. It seems to be that there's a lot of variables to play. And again, this reading is going to change, because a lot is going to be taking place over the next couple of months before the general election, compared to what we had in 2020, where we kind of knew who was going to be president. In this election, we actually don't. And that's the scary thing is how close do we need to be in order to really find out, even in the cards. Okay, and what about President Joe Biden in the 2024 presidential election? Okay, hold on. So in regards of what is going on with President Joe Biden, we have the 6 of Swords here, moving into troubled water, into smoother, calmer waters, which is upright, which is a good sign for the Biden campaign. Could it mean that they are now going to be leading out of that negative polling, that high disapproval rating? It's going to go up in terms of approval rating for Joe Biden, and so that's going to help him in terms of the 2024 presidential campaign. However, when it does tell me, though, they're going to be division within the Democratic Party against Joe Biden, and so this might hurt Joe Biden in the presidential. So, if anything, this will be more similar to the mashup of 2016, except with Robert F. Kennedy on the ticket, making an interesting twist. Now, does Robert F. Kennedy hurt Trump more? Does it hurt Biden more? And that's what's really important here, is to really understand where does Robert F. Kennedy hurt and where does Robert F. Kennedy benefit. And so that's really what I see here. I see really, if anything, I do see there's a lot more division within the Democratic Party than is not being shown in the media, where the Republicans kind of seem to be solidified against Donald Trump. Now, when you look at the primary for the Republican Party, you can definitely see that there is about like consistently about 20% Nikki Haley voters who voted in the Republican primary did not vote for Donald Trump. And so what that really tells me already is that there is going to be some sort of division in the Republican Party. But according to what I see in the cards, it is telling me that there seems to be more of a unifying coalition behind Donald Trump than it is behind Joe Biden. And so Joe Biden might be struggling right now with voters when it comes to Gaza and Israel and Palestine. And that's what's really seems to be driving home the message here, is that because of those issues in foreign affairs, that may actually be the one that hurts Biden the most. And so if Biden can really make amends to that, this will change. Now, like I said, this is a reading that's taking place as of today. The rating is not set in stone. I don't really see any definitive answer yet, but this is what I see at the moment. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.